Enhancing technologies. How technology can be used to enhance a human experience. Enhancing technologies, with a focus into augmented reality, AR, virtual reality, VR, artificial intelligence, AI, and cybernetics. Enhancing technologies are very ongoing in both the normal and digital market, with the first mention of virtual reality coming in 1982 in a science fiction context in The Judas Mandala, a novel by Damien Broderick. Augmented reality is a variation of virtual reality. It is not virtual reality as the user can still interact with their real surroundings. However, the augmented side of it is the digital picture that is placed on top of reality. Artificial intelligence and cybernetics is the other side of enhancing technologies that is not about creating a virtual reality. However, it is about using technology and robots to perform activities that are supposedly human jobs. Artificial intelligence, AI, is a term for simulated intelligence in machines. These machines are programmed to think like a human and mimic the way a person acts. Cybernetics is similar to augmented reality in conjunction with virtual reality. Cybernetics is to do with the balance between artificial intelligence and the human mind. It explores how digital communication is transferred. The creation of enhancing technologies is continually becoming more and more advanced. With the continuous demand for new findings, it means that scientists are using their greatest knowledge to create new systems and compete to create the most efficient robots, or to create the most enhancing virtual reality system that varies. Enhancing realities are especially effective in the manufacturing world, with mass production factories preferring to use artificial intelligence in the form of robots to speed up their production process. This was almost used as an example for other larger companies who see artificial intelligence as a pathway to profit and success. One of the main uses for virtual reality and one of the most popular is gaming. Game creators are forever looking for ways to enhance their users' gaming experience. Virtual reality allows users to escape into a gaming fantasy. Furthermore, headsets have been created for your phone so that you are able to experience and play virtual reality using only your phone and a headset. This is a great advancement for virtual reality as it allows for a cheaper alternative for users who may not be able to afford fully kitted VR gaming systems. Enhancing realities have also been used in fields of work that are not typical for enhancing realities. For example, there is an app available for download which uses augmented reality as an aid to be a personal trainer. This allows you to look through your phone and place a model character within your surroundings doing a workout correctly. This is one of the many uses of augmented reality which were not necessarily expected when the concept was created. Artificial intelligence is becoming one of the world's most dominant forces. Huge organizations and companies everywhere are using AI on a day-to-day basis. Siri, Alexa are some of the most recognized AI systems. These are referred to as conversational AI, computers that talk, and developers are continually pushing for systems that are able to converse fully. This aspect of conversation is also being pushed into the concept for Web 5.0, with the possible outcome being a web that can read your emotions and act as a personal assistant. Cybernetics is a concept which is somewhat outdated compared to the other enhancing realities. This is only becoming outdated due to scientists' drive to enable computers to operate on their own and conversate between AI and users. An example of cybernetics would be a controller for the heat system within your house, as you are deciding what the temperature is, yet the cybernetic device is maintaining the desired heat. Today's virtual reality technologies build upon ideas that date back to the 1800s, which was the beginning of practical photography. Even though the term was first used in the mid-1980s, the first explicit concept of virtual reality was the Sensorama experience. This was a multisensory simulation developed by Morton Heilig. The experience allowed you to see the road, hear an engine, feel and also smell. Heilig also went on to create a head-mounted display device in 1960. This is arguably the creative development that strived inventors' drive to the creation of VR and AR. The legal developments that led to the creation of VR can be linked with pilots. As pilots have such a specialized job, it is never known when could be a safe time to enter a plane with no experience. It would breach serious laws if a pilot were to crash a plane due to insufficient training. Therefore, this law meant that some sort of virtual experience needed to be created in order to successfully train pilots so that they would not break any laws. During the Second World War, British computer scientist Alan Turing worked to crack the Enigma code, which was used by German forces to send messages securely. Turing managed to create a machine that was able to depict messages that were received. This was the earliest use of a form of artificial intelligence. This possibly led to the creation and push of AI as it was used on such a beneficial scale that it needed to advance as it was already so groundbreaking in being able to read German messages. However, there were no legal developments that led to the creation of AI as it was such a new emerging technology. There was no laws put in place as not enough people knew about it. General trends within technology have affected enhancing realities greatly. The growth and development of technology have allowed for enhancing realities to become such a big part of the technological world we live in today. As Kurzweil's law of accelerated return suggests, technological growth is exponential, hence such advancements of high-tech creations. Scientists are forever trying to create enhanced realities that are greatly beneficial to users, as this seems to be the best way to allow technology to evolve. Furthermore, enhancing realities are being used to drive business opportunities and expansions, meaning that work is being created through the huge advancement of enhancing realities. Collaboration and cooperation have also greatly influenced enhancing realities and their popularity. For example, Ivory Worldwide are a company who create brand experiences that are brought together by creative and design teams. Ivory Worldwide is a good example of how collaboration has enhanced the use of enhancing realities. Firstly, there is collaboration within Ivory, whereby teams are brought together to produce such powerful considered ideas, all executed through the use of enhancing realities. Furthermore, collaboration is shown through Ivory's client work, whereby they have done work with companies such as HP and Nokia. This excels enhancing realities as such huge companies are using it in aid for a selling point, yet also for a unique experience. Cooperation has also affected enhancing realities. Data collection has also affected enhancing realities. Specifically with AI, data is used to create a much more personalized computer system that engages with the user in a way which is more suited to them. For example, the collection of data within an Android phone with Google just using AI to process a user's everyday information. The AI system has learnt about the user, and therefore is able to create a more personalized interface, where recommended items are that of significance to the user. This was directly explored within a DCN, Digital Content Next, investigation on the data collection of Google. They specifically mentioned that Google identified users' interests with remarkable accuracy. As enhancing realities are rapidly increasing, it seems that laws regarding specifically VR and AR are not keeping up with the rate in which technology is advancing. Lawyer Robin Chatwood discussed many questions regarding what sort of laws are currently affecting VR and AR. IP rights, intellectual property rights, are the most important laws that come into place when engineers should be thinking about VR and AR. However, there is a grey area regarding the matter. In VR, IP rights come in different sections: virtual IP rights, and also real-world IP rights regarding virtual content. Robin Chatwood uses augmented reality as an example. If someone creates something virtual over someone else's property, who has the rights to own this virtual content, is it breaching the real landowner's property? Or is it different because the content being viewed is not effectively real? This raises great questions when approaching the laws regarding enhancing realities, especially VR and AR. Is the virtual content considered real, or is it just a fake overlay that laws should not abide? Furthermore, there could also be risks to users of both VR and AR. The whole point in these technological systems is to create such an immersive experience that it feels so real for the user who is playing the game. There could be a high possibility that the experience a user may have within one of these systems could be so real and potentially harming, depending on what sort of situations the system has out for users to access. This raises questions on whether there should be laws in place to regulate the games and content that users are able to access within their VR and AR systems. A final aspect of VR and AR which shows that laws need to be highly reconsidered are the potential health risks that VR and AR hold. One of the risks is how the headset can affect the growth of the eye, which can lead to nearsightedness or myopia. Furthermore, motion sickness is another major health risk that is associated with VR and AR. A user on the website Quora shared their experiences. Chen, a user, said that he was plagued with nausea for almost a week. It affected his balance and focus when driving his car. Regarding the many issues to do with AR and VR and the lack of laws, it is clear that regulation is necessary before it is too late. Clearly, the laws are not keeping up with the advancements of these realities. Robin Chatwood believes that within the next decade there will be an incident regarding VR and AR that draws everyone's attention to the matter. An incident that could drive the need for efficient laws to be implemented. Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook are responsible for some of the largest big data collections across the whole world, every day collecting billions of data from their users. The collection of this amount of data is using artificial intelligence to collect this data. However, it is also cybernetics, as the enforcer is instructing the computer what data it needs to collect. Paul Nemitz is one of the architects of the EU's General Data Protection Act. This Data Protection Act is designed to harmonize data privacy laws across Europe. Protect and empower all EU citizens' data privacy. Reshape the way organizations across the region approach data privacy. This law is essential when discussing the uses of AI, as AI has such a great ability to access data. It is key that companies do not abuse their powers with AI to breach laws. However, Nemitz believes that there needs to be more laws considered regarding specifically AI, as because AI is such an unfamiliar concept, it is managing to execute the laws in which we as humans live in. Enhancing realities have had a significant impact on society, and it is likely that they can have greater impacts on society in the future. Through AR and VR we have seen a huge impact on society, and to name one, the gaming community. AR and VR has allowed for many gaming users to immerse themselves in a captivating experience that is virtual reality. This has heavily impacted lots of game creators as they all compete to create the best immersive experience, or the best VR and AR systems that they can. Not only has VR and AR had a positive effect on gamers, and fulfilled their desires, but these realities have greatly aided human lives, and greatly aided humans for success. For example, one of the oldest uses of virtual reality is on pilot training. Virtual reality is used in this field to ensure pilot safety, to make sure the pilot is comfortable flying before risking their own and other lives. Almost every aviation school has its own VR app development. As the more realistic the simulation can become, then the greater training the pilots will be able to receive. Furthermore, within medical application, the use of enhancing realities can be a lifesaver. Surgeons are now able to put themselves in the bodies of the patient. This helps the surgeon determine the affected area. The virtual reality headset gives them the ability to find the best way to access the damaged area. This exemplifies how AR and VR are having a positive impact on society, essentially being a great aid for healthcare professionals to save people's lives. AI and cybernetics have the potential to have great influences and impacts on society. Transportation looks like it could be the first industry to be fully disrupted by artificial intelligence. Already the impact of AI is taking place. Uber and Lyft are both working on self-driving technology. Furthermore, nearly all Tesla models are just a software update away from having an autonomous driving capability. In the near future, this could have a very positive impact on society, as the time saved from traffic could be significantly cut down. In addition to the time saved, as self-driving vehicles advance, the cost of these vehicles will be very low, therefore this could be positive for less economically comfortable people. Automated cars could become a new cheap public transport, which is great outcomes. Furthermore, artificial intelligence within data collection is great for advertising and personalizing one's experience with the internet. Through the computer exploring your data trends, it is able to recommend content to you that is very relatable. And as time advances, these AI systems are only going to become more and more clever, meaning they will be able to fully understand your buying trends, meaning that the AI machinery can be a fully kitted personal assistant who recognizes information about you. Regarding research into a chosen field of work, VR seemed like the most relevant and accessible field out of all the enhancing qualities. When contacting a practitioner, potential routes into employment were discussed. Whether the route into employment would be through work experience, reception job, or even an apprenticeship. The practitioner said that all of these were possible routes into the field of VR. However, the worst routes into employment would be a reception job. This is evident as this could show the least lack of interest directly to VR, and it could show that you are not necessarily interested in working close with VR if being a receptionist is the occupation. As VR is a recent starting up field of work, the workflow and the vacancies are very limited, with a high possibility of employment coming from the skills that one may have as an individual. It seems that the possibility is much more likely when one is heavily interested in the field of work, and they have some experience or talent when it comes to 3D modeling or that similar. Even though these all heavily aid routes into potential employment, the practitioner exclaimed that networking has the greatest potential to get one their initial opening. This just means speaking to the right people and becoming friendly with them, so that they may be able to associate themselves and their company with an individual. With enhancing realities becoming the future, there is a great commercial opportunity available for developers. Focusing on virtual reality, the end product is essentially a fully immersive experience. This means that the use of virtual reality could be used to aid humans with real-life struggles. Examples where virtual reality could be used to aid real-life struggles could be with medical experiences. Virtual reality can be used to help doctors and medical associates train up certain struggles within their field of work. Furthermore, VR is used to aid real-life struggles within pilot training, and there is a forever expanding opportunity for commercial success. As VR is advancing and becoming more real, then there will be a forever-ending opportunity, where realities can be created to help almost every situation. Artificial intelligence forever has commercial opportunities. The main opportunity regards data collection. As companies are expanding, and businesses are starting up, there is a desire to advertise your business and the best. Artificial intelligence has a great capability to collect data and advertise businesses to the right people. When assessing suitabilities to working within enhancing realities, there are certain questions that need to be addressed before you determine whether the career path is suitable for you. When moving towards artificial intelligence and cybernetics, extreme knowledge and skill is required to advance it more than it already has. In my opinion, I believe that I would not be entirely suited to working with AI purely because there is not as much room for creation in AI. All aspects of the field require great understanding. However, I feel I am more suited to the virtual and augmented reality fields. Although these fields still do require technical knowledge, with such a huge market, ranging from medical to gaming, there is a variety of opportunities for virtual creations. I believe I can produce good ideas, therefore with a suited team able to execute the creation through software, I feel I could be a good addition to the virtual reality fields.